Maggie is our discussion director.
Okay, is everybody ready to start?
Yes.
Okay, my first question is, how did Alfonso accept Zelda as a friend?
I think that she accepted Alfonso as a friend because he understood her situation, and then she realized that he was trying to help her too.
Well,
Yeah, pretty much the same thing as Sydney said, but
I'll go back to you if you remember.
Okay, so Alfonso got used to Zelda while they were practicing for the races and egg tossings, and so they got used to each other until the big tournament, right?
You really remember? Or still? Okay. I kind of thought it was like he accepted her because, kind of like what Sydney said. So if I'm gonna add a little, he understood. She could feel what she was going through, and it's kind of like what you can almost feel what he's feeling. So you can feel what he's feeling for her. My second question is why was Zelda so tough on Alfonso? Sid?
I think it was in the beginning. I think she was just kind of angry, but in the end, it was because she wanted to win the race. And she was kind of having a tough time because she wanted to stay for the summer instead of go to her dad's house.
well, I think she was just a bully in general, and she wanted to win that race so she could stay for the summer and not go to Utah.
Juan?
I think she just wouldn't be so serious about the race and everything, so she tried to toughen up, I think, Alfonso a little bit, so he can get excited and ready for the race.
I thought it was maybe, like Will said, a bully in general, but I think that in the beginning of the book, she said she was like a tomboy kind of. And, like, I think what it was is because she kind of got a little too much into it, and she thought that, well, if I act like a boy, it's like, not, a lot of boys don't do this. No boys in the class does, but a lot of times, sometimes boys try to toughen up, and she's thinking that if I can do that, I can maybe, like, I can, like, talk to people, like, how I want to, and I can be in charge of them. Sid, what's your...
I'm the passage master, and I actually have two passages that tie each other together. The first one is the very first paragraph of Tied to Zelda. My next door neighbor, Zelda, scares me and gives me the chills at the same time. And then the very last paragraph, the very last one, is Zelda is going to sports camp, and she might need a partner, I said. And I think that this passage is important because it shows Alfonso's relationship with Zelda changing. And then, what do you guys think the passage means?
I think it kind of meant, how people can change, and that was kind of a lesson in the book, that you can change no matter how old you are, or how tough you were, or maybe if you need to stand out a little more if you're really shy. I think that's what they was trying to say there.
I think there's a lot of big changes. Well, there was only one big change during the book, but there was a real big change that happened, and it affected Alfonso a lot.
Yeah, they changed a lot, and Alfonso was beginning to like Zelda a little more.
And I thought the passage meant that Alfonso shouldn't judge anybody by their appearance because he thought that Zelda was kind of like scary and a bully at first. And then he realized it was because like she kind of was afraid of going to her dad's.
Yeah.
And
Well, what do you have?
Okay, I'm the vocabulary expert, and one of my words is smirked, and it's on page 163,
What paragraph?
paragraph 5.
Does everybody have it?
So the sentence is, Zelda smirked at me, and when my mother turned back to her, she looked all hurt and sad.
So,
What do you guys think that means?
I think that kind of means, like, smirk kind of means, like, when you're, like, smiling kind of in a mean way.
yeah, kind of what Sid said. Except you're trying to almost get away with something and then you did. And then you just kind of like a little annoying, mean smirk.
It's it's kind of like a smile, but a really like bad smile. Like you're smiling sarcastically.
And it's
So I looked it up in the dictionary, and the word means to smile in an annoying way.
okay. Do you have another word, Will?
Yeah. Escorted on page 165.
It's the last line on
The last line, yeah. The sentence is, after school, Zelda escorted me outside to the recess area. What do you guys think that word means?
Escorted kind of means, like, in this way, it kind of means, like, Zelda dragged me outside. But in other books, it can mean a different thing.
I think it's like she took him outside. He like escorted him from wherever he was into the recess area.
I think she's like forcing him to go outside to practice with him.
Yeah, I looked up in the dictionary, and the word means a person or group of people who go with someone to give protection guidance.
Clem, what was your job?
Okay. I was the connector. In the book, they won Splash World passes to get free hot dogs and to go in there for free all summer long, which sounds really cool. So they won it from the three-legged race, and after the three-legged race, they eventually lost it because Alfonso actually made a bet with this other boy. What was his name? You guys remember Jorge? Yeah, he made a bet with Jorge that if I make this, then I don't have to give up my passes. Is that correct?
I think that was it.
Yeah. He won't give up his passes, or if he drops it, he'll give up his passes during the egg tossing. And this reminded me when I won a prize these last year where you can win the White Castle burgers for High Interest Day. And during High Interest Day in Mr. Wittenberg's class, when I was your guys' ages, I won this special, like it was having White Castle burgers in Mr. Wittenberg's class, and I kind of did lose the chance because I accidentally brought my lunch. And this helped me understand that when you win something, you feel really good, but then once you lose it, you feel like I don't deserve it a little bit.
Does anybody else have like connections to what in the book?
Sometimes, like, I kind of get mad when my sister says, like, this is mine. Like, I steal it from her, and then I'm really happy because I thought I was, like, really sneaky and everything. Then she takes it away, and then I realized that I was kind of being bad.
How does that relate to the story, Cindy?
Like, when they took the Splash World pass, and he gave it to the person that he was making the bet with, then he got the sports camp pass.
All right, give him a big hand, you guys.